Gentlemen, look over here. A little still shot. Okay.
Oh, you're much too kind. You're much too kind. Here's my audience now. You got me on YouTube and you see that. We have a great show tonight, but before we begin our program, I want to talk about all the different people that's been listening to the AC Lowe Show these many years. And I want to say thank you to everybody, especially to the people in the Aleutian Islands who listen to this program every week. It's wonderful, and we're very grateful to you. Thank you to the people in Singapore. Thank you to the people in Chicago. Thank you to people in D.C. and all around the metropolitan area. Lots of stuff happening in the news, but we can't cover it tonight because we have a very interesting show. We're going to talk about hip-hop music, rap music, house music, and we have three people here who do exactly that, and we're going to talk to them in just a moment. I want to remind you that today is Veterans Day, and it was called Veterans Day. First it was called Armistice Day just to talk about the First World War, but America has gotten into so many altercations that we have to have a Veterans Day. You know, Armistice Day wasn't adequate, just talked about the cats who sacrificed in 1918. Had a lot of people since that time, and a lot of suffering, and a great deal of sacrifice. And whether the politics is right or wrong, who knows? We only know that these people went when they had to go. And it's a terrible, horrible, hard thing to do. Absolutely. And we are very grateful for them. And again, you don't have to agree with the politics. I don't agree with any of the politics. Anybody who listens to this program knows I don't agree with any of the politics, especially when it comes to war and young people putting their body in the way of bullets and stuff like that. It got to be a better idea or a better method, a better reason. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get right to our program. We're going to have some really hip music. You're probably saying for a change, right? Okay, I understand. Yeah, all right, for a change. To my immediate left is James G. And James G is a rapper, a hip-hop man. He'll identify himself better than I can. And he's going to tell you what he does and where he does it and how he does it. And right next to him, you want to introduce yourself? You are.
What's going on, everybody? My name is rell, straight out of Harlem, up-and-coming artist.
Wonderful. And I believe that sometimes you're represented by our good friend, Bridget Turner.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
She is definitely, that's one of my mentors.
Absolutely. She's on the money.
Yes, definitely.
She is on the money. We've had her on this program quite a few times. And to your immediate left.
It's J-Rock, coming straight from DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have three people that are in the life, so to speak, right? This is what they do, and they know about it, and they are very opinionated, which we like very much on the AC Lowe Show. James, when did you become interested in music?
Well, all right. I came interested in music around 13. I used to look outside of my window. I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant. So I used to look out on Jefferson Avenue and see a lot of guys out there freestyling. They'll bring the boom box out there. And they'll just have what we call a cypher or whatever. And, you know, that used to get me keen into it. So I just used to freestyle in my house on my own. And eventually, I ended up getting into the music.
Did you ever practice in front of the mirror? Come on now.
Everybody is did that.
Nobody's listening. I would say just a couple of times. I did that. A couple of times I practiced.
Everybody, man.
We began this radio show, Bill and I, almost 5 years ago now, by broadcasting to nobody. We were broadcasting nowhere. We had a broadcast set up and we're talking on microphones and nobody is listening. And now we have, some listeners. So it's okay. It's cool to do that. And many a time I practiced in the mirror when I had to talk in front of a lot of people. I said, let me see what I'm going to look like if I don't look like a fool.
Right, make sure.
But after a while, you get the confidence.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
What kind of rhymes did you first?
At first I used to.
What were you talking about? What did you have that you wanted to get out there?
Right. At first I used to write down my lyrics, and now I'm kind of at the point where I don't write. I'll just say it off of the top, or I say what's going on.
Yeah.
it's where I'm from. It's a lot of different things going on. So I kind of was into the gangster rap. I was in shooting my bang bang, and then I kind of upgraded my lyrics from there. So now I try.
We have to pass through phases. We
gotta go.
What about you, D-Ro? Did I say that right?
D-Rell.
D-Ro.
Rell.
D-Rell.
There you go.
All right, D-Rell. All right, good. I want to say it right, D-Rell. I want to try and be
definitely. You're good.
At 103 years old, I got to do the best I can.
know what?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's easy to be like you'll be on it when you're 22, but when you're 104, 103, you got to work at it. So D-Rell, where'd you get your lyrics from?
Oh man, mine came from the greats. Whether it be Big L, Rakim, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, the great DMX, Eminem, Jay, Nas.
Now, when
Biggie, Pac.
did their lyrics reflect what you were feeling, what you were thinking
Honestly,
about?
out of all of them, the first one that really grabbed me was DMX. And I was about 9 years old because around that time, this was the first time I actually met him. So he was blowing up, and my uncle knew him.
Yeah.
And I never forget that day because I was running around the projects. I ain't believe my uncle. He was like, yo, I know him. I'm going to bring him to the projects. And he was right on 3rd Avenue. A lot of y'all, if you're from Harlem, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's on 103rd and 3rd. He was over there by the Foot Locker. And my uncle went and got him, brought him to Lehman Projects. And I was like,
yeah, you
like,
were just
wow.
mesmerized,
Like,
right?
there goes this dude. I know every lyric, every word to every song to It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Right.
And he's right here in front of my face.
Did he encourage you? Were you already?
Oh, man.
Were you into it already, or you hadn't started yet?
Honestly, I was already at 3. I started dancing, so I was already like
Right.
in tune with hip hop. Because to know hip hop, you got to know the 5 basic elements.
What and educate us now. I like that. What's the 5 basic elements of hip hop? I'm
Yeah.
gonna write them down, by the way.
You have MCing.
As long as there's no test after, I can write them down.
You have MCing.
You got to be MCing, no doubt.
The DJ,
Right.
the graffiti,
Yep.
the dance, and then overall knowledge.
Okay. Now, what about the ciphers? What about the words?
Oh, the ciphers. That honestly, those was what we would like to call workshops. That's where you sharpen your tools.
Right.
That's what keeps you on your feet.
And you ever get in one of these?
Honestly, any chance, if I see one right now, I'll jump right in it because honestly, it's almost like breathing for me. Like music for me is life, and life without music is death. So
I like that. We got to put that thing to a little sound, D-Rack, what about you? When did you first become interested?
Man, sheesh. I think it was like around like 13, 14. Pretty much started out just rapping, freestyling, and by that age, I really had no direction in how I wanted to actually present my music or go a certain direction with my music. But as I started to get older, I started pretty much just working on my craft, pretty much focusing, like even when I'm in a freestyle, I pretty much focus what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you listen to my music, you'll see that my music carries a lot of like some type of substance to it. It carries a message to it.
Yes.
Whether if you look at it like, okay, this is a party anthem. Even if you look at a party anthem, it's still a message inside of that as well. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you can actually listen to my music like, I carry a lot of punchlines in a lot of my songs. But then I could actually change it and come to like even a more knowledgeable sense where there's no punchlines. It's like I'm giving you a direct message, but I'm gonna give it to you a little bit more subliminal.
Storyteller.
Exactly. So if you really like focus on what I'm saying to you, you can actually picture what I'm saying. You can read through the subtitles and to actually see exactly, okay, this message is probably even deeper than what you actually think. Like me and Unkle Jim, we had did a track today, and it was not even today. I'm sorry. We had did a track that I released on my mixtape, Hustle's Determination, and it was called Unknown Fame. And that track is like, to me, it's kind of like one of those tracks that you listen to, you be like, when you get famous, how do you get known, you know what I'm saying, how do you get common to it? Like, how do you actually, like, readjust your whole lifestyle? Because now, when you get famous, a lot of people want your attention. A lot of
That's
people
right.
gonna come for your attention. You know what I mean?
That's very cognizant and a very good view, so that you can keep your head on.
Exactly.
Because otherwise you lose your head and then you lose yourself.
Exactly.
And it's
So-
not easy to do.
Exactly. So you gotta.
Fortunately,
kinda,
this show didn't go anywhere, so Bill and I are cool. We don't have to
This
worry
show's about
about
to do
that.
big numbers. This is about to do big numbers.
If we got big, I don't know if I might not even be here when the show's on. I'd be too big for it.
How you not gonna be here? This is yours. You
I know,
started.
but
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
saying- that's what
I'm
saying.
listening to
You
these
gotta be
guys,
here.
and they're going to be famous.
Absolutely. If they're not famous
Yeah.
already after being on the AC Lowe Show. I want to make sure D-Rock's in the shot. He's in the shot, right?
It's
I
all
wanna
good.
Make sure.
Finale, no. Hey.
Yeah. It's not a TV show, but you want to be
Hey.
in the shot.
Nah,
You know
you
what
want
I'm
to get
saying?
everybody want their 15
Cut it
minutes.
off and
you know,
start
man.
it up again. So yeah, so